All right, so today I am going to read to you a book called The Smallest Horse. And we have Lovey here who's going to help me, I think. This is written by Lori List and it's illustrated by Amanda Holbo. The horses in the story are actually real. They're based on real horses. They're just drawings in the book, but they're actually real. At first glance, you might think Trixie is a pony. She is very small, after all. She is, for example, much, much smaller than the big horse Huey with his very long legs. She would probably walk right under his belly and he wouldn't even notice. She's even smaller than Indy and Valentine, and they actually are ponies. But Trixie is not a pony. She is a very, very small horse, a miniature horse. Trixie never said it out loud, but sometimes she wished she weren't so small. The other horses all have very important jobs that only big horses can do. Huey is often out rounding up missing cattle on the ranch. When Trixie tried to help, she got lost in the tall grass, and Huey had to round her up. Indy is both sure-footed and brave, and the other horses trust her to keep them safe on trail rides. Trixie tried to show the other horses she was brave too, but the creek was too deep to cross. Augie is always bringing home brightly colored ribbons from horse shows. Trixie studied his fancy moves, but they didn't look the same when she tried them. What do you think, Lovey? I think she wants to eat the book. You like that, don't you? Kestrel is the fastest horse on the ranch, and Trixie thought if she were faster, perhaps she could have an important job. Trixie practiced being fast every day, but she could never keep up with Kestrel. Even little Valentine had a very important job of teaching the youngest children how to ride. Trixie tried to look big and strong, but nobody put a saddle on her. What do you think of that, Winnie? Would you like to wear a saddle? No, you wouldn't. The big horses tried to cheer Trixie up by reminding her of all the things she liked about being such a small horse. Indy said, "But you are the perfect size for the little children who want to braid flowers and ribbons into a horse's mane and tail." Trixie had to admit that she liked this very much. Kestrel said, "Whenever you want to take a nap, it's a snap for you to find a warm spot and curl up in the sun. I can barely fold up my long legs, and then I land on the ground with a big thump whenever I want to lie down." And Huey reminded Trixie that she always won whenever the horses played hide and seek. He said, "There are lots of great hiding places for a small, clever horse, but not many for a big horse." Winnie, you would be good at playing hide and seek. Trixie knew the horses meant well, but playing games and taking naps just weren't the same as having an important job. No, she did not think that being small was very nice at all. Doesn't she look sad? She wants to be big and have an important job. One afternoon, Trixie was munching on her favorite blackberry bush when a young girl and her mom arrived at the ranch. The girl's mom explained to Chrissy, the ranch manager, that her daughter had been sad ever since her best friend moved away. She said, "Sarah loves horses, and I'm hoping they might cheer her up." Chrissy said, "I'm sure we can help with that." She took Sarah's hand and led her over to the big horses. The big horses all trotted up to the fence to check out the new people. "Hi, Tinkerbell, are you coming to check out the story?" Trixie shook her head to get her thick mane out of her eyes so she could see the little girl. The little girl looked up at Huey's long nose, then down at his very large hooves. She took several steps back. Huey reached out with his nose. He just wanted to say hello, but the little girl shrank back and turned away. Chrissy smiled and said, "I know just who you need to meet." Trixie watched as the two of them walked toward her, unlatched the gate, and stepped into her pasture. Chrissy said, "This is Trixie. She is so kind and considerate that she always helps me feel better when I'm sad. Let's see if she can help you too." As Chrissy and the little girl walked softly toward her, Chrissy did her best to look very, very small. Trixie stretched out her neck until the whiskers on her muzzle just barely touched the little girl. She nickered a soft hello. The big horses watched as the little girl with the sad eyes slowly smiled at the small horse that was exactly her size. Trixie's ears flicked forward and she gave her tail a shake as she realized that actually she does have a very important job to do on the ranch. Being the smallest horse helps her do it even better. And I want to show you a picture of what Trixie looks like in real life, not a drawing. Is she pretty? What do you think, Lovey? The end.